Hello everyone, my name is Justin and welcome back to the Winnipeg Jets GM Mode series. If you want to check out my owner mode series, link will be in the description. So here we are. Last time we left off, we were 30, 21, and 10, which is 4th in our division, a competitive division. I expressed interest in potentially trading for one of the Sedin twins, but I realized I have to trade for both if I do, and I just don't want to do that. I think that would not give some of our players the ice time they should get to grow. I think we should look for our future, use our draft picks this year for defensive prospects particularly. I realized the beginning of the season, our goal was to make the playoffs, not to win the cup. Last year we didn't make them, or I don't think we did. I forget. I'm really forgetful. I'm almost certain we didn't make them last year. And this year's goal was just to make them, and I think we have a roster as to where we can make them. So if we don't win a cup, it's not the worst thing in the world. But I do want to make sure our lines are what we want them to be. So really it should be this, but we don't have a second line center. So we're probably going to put Ehlers on the first line in the second line. I think it might already be like that, but we'll make sure. So I want to get defensive prospects because we have enough forward prospects, hopefully, for our team in the future. Our lines for the future is obviously going to be line A. Right now, drawing a blank, Scheifele. Right, it's going to be line A, Scheifele, and either Nikolai Ehlers or that Vesalainen guy that's an elite potential that we drafted last year. So then it would either be Ehlers, the Vesalainen guy. We have a few prospects. We have Peaton. We have Dano, who might take a top 6 role. We got most of our top 6 of the future already kind of carved. But as far as defense, we have Morrissey, Troba, and that's about it. We have to ask ourselves, when are we going to trade Bufflin and when are we going to trade Wheeler, because they're not going to be here forever. But I think we should bring him back for next year. So let's just get some simming done. And of course, the one day I let my dog stay in my room while I record, he's over there snoring. This is why I kick him out every time, but I figured he's not going to snore, and then he does every time. So we're not going to make any trades. Actually, no, we're not. At the draft, it's definitely a possibility that we are going to trade Matthew Perreault, because I just don't see him in a role next year on our team. But we'll have to determine that. So our goal is to make the playoffs. Mark Scheifele's been injured again. Fantastic. At least it was an overtime loss. See, we're getting some wins. Against Arizona. Big W against New York. Overtime win. Overtime loss. Okay, we're not doing too bad. Joel Armia for Manitoba. Another guy who should be breaking into the NHL. So our roster next year, we're going to have to make sure it's not overcrowded. Should have scouted defenseman. Big win against Dallas. Yeah, it's looking like we're going to make the playoffs. Big win. we're turning this team around and we're doing it quick. Although it's not that hard. I see the Jets in real life being a pretty dangerous team in a few years. Right now, they just don't compete with the rest of the Central Division, but they are a good team. Okay, a few losses here, but we can... There's a win to bounce back. This is a big stretch here. I would like to get to 43 wins. So that's 4 of 6. And Colton Hellebuck will go down. But I believe Comrie was it Comrie? I remember one of our goalies was outperforming the other. And I did say I'd switch them, but I didn't. So I think Comrie's actually been playing better. Yeah, 2017, maybe it was. Hellebuck was playing better. And we got a sick AHL squad. Holy smokes. Scheifele is back. He's a guy we need to play all year on, so he can establish himself as a first liner. Because I'm sure he's not going to have the points, because points are low in this game as it is. But when they're injured, they just don't seem to get them points. Okay, Colton, well, you know what I mean. Obviously, they don't get points when they're injured, but they don't seem to have that good point ratio. Yeah, he's been... Hellebuck has been much better. I think Comrie's still our future starting goalie, but Hellebuck right now has been playing well. Oh. Good thing I didn't send what's his name down. I kind of figured I might have to keep him in there. Okay, there we go. Huge end of the season, 44, 25, and 13. That's good enough for 101 points. Yep, I was right. Second in our division. We're going to face Dallas. Round 1. Chicago didn't make it. So let's look at some stuff here. See what I mean? Points in this game are awful. 64. Obviously, Wheeler would get more than 64. That's just the way the game works or something. I have no idea. Just they don't get points. So let's go throughout the whole NHL. Your Winnipeg Jets are the 5th best team. Goals for per game. We are all the way down there. Goals allowed per game. Okay, we're not too bad there. Power play percentage. Not awful. I miss the way it used to tell you. No one seems... Oh, I'm sorted the wrong way. I was going to say no one has good PK. We're not even on there. Okay. Individual stats. I just don't... This game, like, the best players in the league get 75, 80 points. It's ridiculous. So, 64 for Wheeler, still leading our squad. Brian Little, 56. Nikolai Ehlers, 53, a slight improvement from last year. He's up to 86 overall. That's huge, though. Patrick Laine, actually less points than last year, as if that's possible, but it is. Scheifele, 45 and 58. He was on pace for more than last year, at least. Verbata, Lowry, Perot, Dano, Burmistrov, Kosmachuk, Matthias. If anyone knows how you can get them to have better point totals, please let me know, because there's something in the settings you can do. I don't have no idea. Bufflin 37, yeah, right. He'd have 40, 50 in real life. Is this year to trade Bufflin? His potential has dropped to top 4, which means a drop probably going to happen this offseason. Probably down to an 88, 89. Morrissey a -6. That's not the best. So there are goaltenders. Hellebuck. Maybe he should be. Who should be the starter? Should it be Hellebuck? Or should it be our starter of the future, hopefully? Let me know. We're going to check out progress reports here in a minute. But we are facing Dallas. Okay, here are the big growers. Vesalainen, this is huge. Up to 66 overall. Bear had a nice jump, but he's not going to make it our team. Top 6 D-man, Luke Green. Looks like he's going to be ready for next year. We drafted him, I think, on the first round, so kind of a bust. Does it say when we drafted him? Hold up. It's not going to say. I don't want that. But he's growing fast to get to the top 6. Also, Logan Stanley. Cole Lind. Nice growth from all these guys. Harkins is actually looking like ready for the NHL. We have too many players for next year. We're going to have to make some trades and not sign some people. But that was our year, guys. We are making the playoffs. The Winnipeg Jets are going for Lord Stanley. If we don't win it, not a big deal, but we're going to try. Since we're here, we're going to try. So I will see you in the next episode. Leave any comments you want. If they're good comments, I'll probably put them in the video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.